Hey everybody, it's Mama M from Mama M's Bell Book and Candle in Carson City, Nevada, MamaM'sWorld.com, ThePaganMama.com, and The Pagan Mama on Facebook. I am here today talking about different ways of divination, and there are probably hundreds of them. So I'm going to touch on the most common, which would be tarot cards, crystal balls, and scrying mirrors. I do not own a scrying mirror. I have never tried to see the future or see things unfold in a mirror. And they're not actually mirrors. They're more like black pieces of like hard solid glass or obsidian or tourmaline. There's a lot of different stones or materials that they can be made out of, but they're normally not an actual mirror. It's just a mirrored surface. And the idea is to gaze into it until you start to see things unfold the same way that you would a crystal ball. Now, a crystal ball I do own, but I don't use it for divination. I use it because it's pretty, and I believe it is just glass. It's super heavy, and I have small hands, but it fits in my hand. And I can try all I want, but nothing ever appears in my crystal ball. So we're going to go straight to Wikipedia on this one, and I will do my very best not to stumble over my words, but I tend to catch myself a few times here and there when I'm reading out loud, and I go by the theory that my 7th and 8th grade English teacher gave me, which is that when you read well and read quickly, reading out loud is a little bit more difficult because your mouth is 3 lines behind your brain. So let's just go with that. It makes me feel smarter, okay? So per Wikipedia, divination is the attempt to gain insight into a question or situation by way of an occultic, standardized process or ritual. Used in various forms throughout history, diviners ascertain their interpretations of how a querent should proceed by reading signs, events, or omens, or through alleged contact with a supernatural agency. Fortune-telling, on the other hand, is a more everyday practice for personal purposes. Particular divination methods vary by culture and religion. Divination is dismissed by the scientific community and skeptics as being superstition. In the 2nd century, Lucian devoted a witty essay to the career of a charlatan, Alexander the False Prophet, trained by one of those who advertised enchantments, miraculous incantations, charms for your love affairs, visitations for your enemies, disclosures of buried treasure, and successions to estates, even though most Romans believed in prophetic dreams and charms. Okay. So, there you have it. Divination, in short, is a way to foretell the future or to gain insight into a problem or situation based on trying to reach out into the supernatural and pull pieces in so that you can piece a story and a timeline together and make educated choices. So during a reading, a face-to-face reading anyhow, because my emailed readings are done the same way, but obviously different because you're not sitting across from me or Skyping with me or FaceTiming or whatever, I will lay out the cards. I will look at them for a couple of minutes kind of quietly, and then I will start to ask questions based on what I see. For example, I was doing a reading the other day, and I laid all the cards out, and something just felt a little off to me, and I said to the person who I was doing the reading for, do you currently have a boyfriend? And she said, yes. And I said, and is he married? And she said, yes. And I went, oh, because I really wasn't sure what I was getting from that card. But it said, there's this relationship, this is good person, however, he's married. And I wasn't really sure who that person in her life was. And the card caught me so much by surprise that I actually asked a question before I even started reading. So some other things that I will pull out like that are, if I pull a bunch of cards related to money, I'll say, are you facing some kind of decision right now as to how to invest your money or how to spend your money or whether or not to purchase something that costs a lot of money, because the money cards are really popping out like, hey, pay attention, this is a big issue right now. On that same note, though, I pull the anxiety about money card 9 times out of 10. And I always kind of laugh and push it off to the side, because really, who is not anxious about money? I have never met anyone who is not anxious about money. No matter how little or how much you have, there is always anxiety about money. So I will literally take that card and remove it from the pile. So as far as divination goes, on the Wikipedia description that I read to you a little bit ago, it says that the scientific community has completely dismissed the art of divination, and skeptics call it superstition. Here's the deal. Everybody has to believe in something. Everybody needs guidance from someone. Everyone needs answers. Praying to the Christian God is a form of divination. Yes, I just went there. Christians spend probably a third of their life, if not more, depending on how devout you are, praying to God for a sign, praying for Him to put you on the right path, praying for Him to point out to you what the right decision is to make, and then you feel like you're given some kind of a sign or some kind of direction or some kind of push. That is divination. You gave your problem to the universe, or explained your situation to the universe or your God, and said, help me, I need help, tell me what to do. And then you found signs in your life or in your situation that led you to believe that He gave you those answers. Divination. So now that I've got your attention, fortune telling through divination is something that is done in various ways. Like we talked about, you can use scrying mirrors, you can use crystal balls, you can use tarot cards, you can use intuition, you can use runes, you can use a pendulum. There are probably at least 100 different ways, like I said before. A lot of times in a reading, I will pull from my own life experience, and I know after doing so many readings that if I do that, if I feel the push to say, hey, this situation happened to me, and this is how I handled it, then the person that I'm reading for really needs to hear that, and it will pertain to their life in some way. Just last week, I was reading for this really awesome young man, and I said, I don't know why I feel like I need to tell you this, but here are the details of A, B, and C that happened in my life. And he said, oh my God, I completely understand. It completely mirrors the situation that I'm going through right now. And I get what you're saying. It makes sense what you're saying, and I feel like I can handle this differently now. Score. So I really feel like, personally, like I said, I rely on the cards for the direction, and then I rely on my own instinct to fill in the blanks. One other thing that I want to talk about is going to see your local fortune teller, what you need to look out for, what you need to be prepared for, and what you need to completely dismiss if they tell you. So run to the bathroom or grab a cup of coffee and come right back. Push pause. I am having this problem a lot lately, where people come into my store and they talk to me or my mom, who's there during the week when I'm not, and they tell us, I went to see this other psychic up the street, and she seemed like a really nice person, and I paid an obscene amount of money to get a reading, and she told me I had curses on me, and I had hexes on me, and I was going to lose all my money, and I was going to get in a car accident, or I was going to die, or my fiance was going to die, or just all of these different horrible, horrible things. And then that's followed with the even better phrases, such as, but she said if I pay her $1,500 or $1,200 or $1,000 or $2,000, then she can help me through a series of ritualistic cleansing baths, or she can lift the curse, or break the curse, or break the hex, or Okay, as a pagan, immediately I just curses and hexes, really? Come on. As a human being, I think, oh my God, who do you think you are? And how do you not feel guilty for taking advantage of vulnerable people? That is so wrong. And then as a fellow metaphysical shop owner / reader, I think, okay, it may not be my responsibility to take care of you and reassure you and calm you down and tell you that things are not as they seem, but I'm going to take on that role because it's my goal for everyone who comes into my store or has any dealings with me online to feel like when they walk away, they're part of my extended family, that we're friends now, that they have someone they can talk to about just about anything, and that I'm here for follow-up or just questions or, hey, I was thinking, maybe can you get this product for me, or whatever it is. I want us to have that good rapport. And so many people come into my store and say things like, I love it in here. The atmosphere is so great. The energy is so great. You guys are so friendly. I really feel at home and at peace here, and that's what I want. I don't want you to walk out or walk away from an internet dealing with me, etc., feeling like you were taken advantage of, or you were lied to, or somebody just took your money and ran, because that's not why I do this. It's about coming to this common goal, getting the things we need, figuring life out together, establishing friendships or relationships, etc. But the long and short of it is a real good person, a kind-hearted, good-charactered fortune teller, card reader, diviner, what have you, will always explain in detail, thoroughly, how to fix whatever could be coming up that is not so awesome. It is only the people who are out to make a buck off of the vulnerable that will say, you have X, Y, and Z problems, and if you pay me an obscene amount of money, I will fix that for you. So when people come into my store or contact me online or over the phone and say, I don't know what to do because I went to this other fortune teller and she told me this, and now I don't have the money to pay her, and I really don't want to have curses and hexes on me, I just cry a little inside and tell them, don't worry, everything's going to be okay, let me help. And from there we go into discussing cleansing of the spirit, cleansing of the body, cleansing of the home, sage, smudge. And, if need be, I will pull cards at a low cost or no cost, depending on the situation, and say, okay, here's what I see, here are the steps you can take to change things. And I want to send them away feeling better and not feeling like they have this black cloud over their head and that everything is always going to go wrong in their life, because that's not what life is about. And if you don't help somebody, don't do this. So anyhow, I've made this video extremely long now, and I apologize for that. And I am going to go take a shower and go to bed, and I will see you guys next time. So thanks for sticking with me, and as always, if you have questions, you can use any of the links below this video on YouTube to contact me. The easiest and quickest way would be at www.mamaemsworld.com. It's MAMAEMS world.com. There's a link at the top that says contact us, and that will lead you directly to my email, which goes directly to my cell phone, and everybody knows I can't put that thing down, so I will get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day or night or whatever time that you are watching this, and I will see you next time. Bye!